Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your October full moon reading. The planets are moving out of retrograde slowly. Mercury has stationed direct and is moving over its shadow period to join Pluto stationing direct just in time for the full moon in Aries in October. So before we get into all of that, I want to say thank you so much for liking and subscribing and supporting me in all the ways that you do. It is deeply appreciated. Let's get started. Gemini, with your overall energy for the second half of October, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is indicating that you are engaging in fast, rapid, multiple communications, gathering of information, conversations, movement in concert with a collective, a team, a group of others, making a phenomenal impact that will be highly successful and much more amplified than if this is something you had done on your own. This is a time of rapid movement after a period of stalemate and is reflecting to some extent not only the direct station of Mercury releasing our communications, releasing us from a time exclusively devoted to reviewing and reassessing, reevaluating, but it's also allowing us to go through that period where we have looked at those areas of our greatest attention and are now able to summarize what it is we've learned and what it is we will be carrying forward into October. In the past, all the cards are upside down. As you know, I don't read reversals. We have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Coins. You are finally completing a cycle that has required and demanded a lot of responsibility and obligations for you. This reflects on your position in a team, your ability to withhold and uphold your responsibilities has been thorough, and it coincides with the real deep understanding you have of the way in which you contributed to your failures, your disappointments, your heartaches in the past. You have thoroughly invested your research, your talent, your attention to the ways in which you were making choices that did not choose your best interests, that gave away your power, and had you concerned that you were seeing others have their needs fulfilled and you were not. This is a long period and many years of a cycle, of a journey in which you have finally completed not only your suffering, your experience as a victim, but you've also really worked at complying with the expectations of others, fulfilling the obligations, giving, over-giving, so that you were never completely satisfied. Your suffering, your pain never seemed to end, and you kept meeting your obligations to others despite the fact that that was not mutual endeavor. You are at this point, again, really digging into the Mercury retrograde, really reevaluating, reassessing where you've been, the work you've put in, the way you have been working, and the rewards for those efforts. And you are evaluating whether this was an effort worthy of your time. And you are, in fact, understanding that you have been on your path, but you have been moving in a way that has not served you and thus has not produced the results that you want. In your past, Gemini, we have the Tower, the Lovers, and the Knight of Wands. The disruptive events of our current environment have been bringing you unexpected opportunities and decisions to make. Now that you have revealed to yourself the faultiness of the structure on which you have been conducting yourself, your expectation, your efforts, you're now realizing that it was the structure itself. In other words, your understanding of the opportunities that were inclining you to not choose yourself, to choose others, looking for the long-term benefits by focusing on the short-term gratification, by complying to the wishes of others. You believed you were helping them to achieve their goals, believing that would be mutually extended to you, and not realizing that you instead are and can choose yourself. That means recognizing where the long-term benefit to you lies in the opportunities around you. And you are now understanding that the structure under which you operated, your understanding of what your job was faulty. Now you have a new understanding of what your obligation is, and that is your ability to choose your higher potential. The more that you want is the more that you deserve. You are worthy of wanting to have your needs and desires fulfilled. And you are questing now on a new direction that will not only help you understand what those choices are, but will allow you to explore the possibilities in order to invest your energies in a way that will take you into alignment with what it is you desire. In the immediate future, we have the Two of Swords, the Two of Coins, and the Emperor. These twos are helping you to recognize more deeply the superficial ways in which you haven't chosen in your own best interest. As you now understanding that before you is now what appears to be a crossroads. You're still operating somewhat under the structure that has existed, but you are trying to extricate yourself from the past and move more clearly into the present moment, fulfilled with knowledge of who you are, and using that as the basis for determining the moves that will give you sovereignty and control over your life. You are still seeking, as you quest towards your heart's desires, the things that will help you grow and expand. You are considering not only the options before you, but the context of those options. You're looking more broadly at new lands, new territory, unfamiliar places, unfamiliar relationships that are possibilities for taking you closer to the things that will empower you in the present moment. However, you are still dancing with the experiences of the past, fully understanding those, struggling to let those go as you recognize your new obligation, your newly realized obligation to yourself. And that obligation is as much about your potential power. It's allowing you to desire things you did not think you were allowed to desire. Your former associations did not allow you to envision that these things, happiness, success, a strong relationship, a thriving business, were things that you should expect, that you somehow, in so recognizing that others did not attend to your successes, was part of what held you back. and makes it still difficult for you to disassociate yourself from that familiar terrain, as unsatisfying as it was. You're still juggling and holding those relationships, still milking the understandings that you have gained, so that you are clear that you have had the experience of realization and manifestation, even if it was on behalf of others. You can use that to prioritize yourself and still continue to work on behalf of a community. You are still a realized and experienced leader, one who knows how to plan and strategize towards success, but now you are sovereign over your own life in addition to taking responsibility for others. I'm going to clarify the Lovers here in the middle of your reading with the Lovers again, and the Knight of Cups. This ability to really understand and discriminate between your experiences that have not fulfilled you and the opportunity to choose in this moment what is for your long-term growth, what will provide you with the greatest potential for happiness and success. This is still something that you are exploring and discovering as you are understanding the imperfection of the structure that you accepted as the structure of your life, the structure of your content. And so this exploration extends beyond your desire for greater expression and the desire for growth. It is a part of your willingness to experience a range of emotions that are attendant to all of your experiences, including the suffering, the obligation, the overwhelming responsibilities that you have carried, the rules, the ways that you have made yourself small so that others could feel or be greater. This is a lifetime of trauma, quite possibly generational trauma that you have carried throughout your life, and that you are now in this release exploring how the range of feeling your feelings has allowed you to learn what hasn't worked for you and turn your attention now to what does work for you. This is you still understanding that it was in the suppression of your emotions that the information that you needed to move forward and to adjust your vision, to choose yourself, was discovered, was best found. So in order to reach the range of positive emotions, you have had to go through these difficult experiences to feel the sense of suffering and loss, and then to release it safely, so that as you are now experiencing the benefit of your struggles, the benefit of your suffering, the benefits of your new understanding can be experienced. And that is a beautiful exploration that lies before you, and it's coming in quickly. I'm going to finish off this reading with a botanical inspiration, and hibiscus is sort of flipped over, and I'm going to take it. And the key words are beauty and happiness. John Keats has famously said a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And this is squarely over your beautiful relationship with yourself, your connection to your higher self. I thank you for this reading, Gemini, and until next time, Namaste.